Liverpool 4, Burnley 2. Happy Sunday, people. Manx losing, Liverpool winning. Cheese! Doesn't feel better. Well, 1 point left. I guess 1 point we reserved back up against Man City. How did you feel about the game? I thought it was a very good performance, actually. I thought Liverpool played well. Burnley weren't really that defensive. I thought Burnley were going to sit back and be the frustrating 11 people behind the ball, but they weren't actually. They actually played alright. They were quite open, but Liverpool dominated that game.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, the wrong Manx lost this weekend. I think from our performance, like you said, it was nice. It was good to sit there and actually watch Liverpool. I think going 1-0 down was a worry, because when you see them swirling wins and you could see how mad it looked, I was just like, oh, please no. But it's nice to see them dominate the game. Was it a goal? First goal? Should have been disallowed?
100%.
Yeah,
50 million%, bro. What the fuck?
That's poor, because things that can cost teams, isn't it? Because but teams like Burnley, they will thrive on stuff like that. You know, getting a goal and then that's it sitting back. I don't understand how officials have missed that.
From what planet is that actually a goal? I don't understand. Like, it's about 4 goons around Alisson, and I just don't know how to admit that. I mean, VAR wraps up straight away. I mean, this goes back to the same argument with VAR.
The other thing is there was a handball in that game today, right? From Burnley, as in like one of the Burnley players made a block, and one of the commentators was like, "Well, that's never a handball." And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, if you're a PSG fan watching that, you'll be thinking, "What? Yeah. Are you mad?" And like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on that. Like we said it before, that Man United, what happened in the week. As a Liverpool fan, I fucking hate United. There's no two ways about it. But respect where respect is due. To go to PSG and get the result is fair play. That's sick. But that's not a penalty for me, and that's why today you're looking at it and there's no VAR and everyone's like, never been a penalty. Didn't even bat an eyelid twice. I can't see how that's any different to what was happening in the week. So that's the reason I'm making that point is because if VAR is introduced to the Premier League, that's then a penalty, and I don't believe that's a penalty. I can't see how that's a penalty.
Alisson was pissed. I didn't even notice that he got a yellow card.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the replays that he got a yellow card. He was pissed.
Yeah, but he's on that clean sheet record hype, innit? He's probably on bonuses and that.
Exactly, but I think the place to start with Sadio Mane first of all. Like, you were always going about Sadio Mane about how he's always giving his 110% all the time, and today he delivered with the goals on top of that. I think this is what now. I think it's not 8 goals or 9 goals.
Yeah, this is his best return for goals in a Premier League season ever since he's been here, and you still got 8 games to go. Yeah,
that finish, the first goal.
That's confidence, isn't it? That's the confidence. That's the difference at the moment. You won't get that from a Salah at the minute.
You could not hit that any sweeter. That finish.
Yeah,
it's nuts. But I think Salah, even though he gets stick, even today you can see it again. His decision making. I don't know what it is. Either he's overthinking shit. Like, last season, Salah in these spots, right, was calm, collected, and the decision maker was perfect. Even today, like, there was times where he could have popped a shot off, it fell through a defender, and it fell into the Mane's path, and Firmino's goal. And the first Liverpool goal, I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing. He had a shit game today as well, to be fair to him.
Yeah, because that last goal, the third goal actually was come from his bad kick as well. But I think going back to that point, Mane's I just love the way that the guy is relentless. He's relentless, and I've said it. You can't. No one. It's there for everyone to see. He lacks quality sometimes in places. He does lack quality because you're just like someone with a bit more who's a bit more techie would have done something different. But when he's not there, you notice him not being there. And the flip side to that is, we talked about it last season actually. We talked about saying that Mane's going to have his season. Firmino had his season. Salah had his season. Mane's going to have his season. So I'd like to think this is the season where Mane's actually scored goals. But they're all influential, because although everyone's going on about Salah because he set the bar so high for himself, he still was involved in 60% of what we did today, 70% of what we did today came, where he was involved in. So yeah, it is frustrating to see him not scoring goals, but that's the bar he set himself, and he's going to have to live with that stick now, because once you've reached them heights and you've done it in such a way, and then even this season he's still tumbling, records are still tumbling. It's just that he's not hitting those same levels, but 3 of them. They always offer you headaches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Salah today, he was still causing havoc. Even the first goal, it came from Salah's run, 1-2, and he slid it across. That was from Salah's run, right? So the other one is, before the game started, everyone was going, why is Lallana selected? Right? Now, Lallana today played sick. That was like one of Lallana back 2 years ago when he was on it. That goal that came from his block.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's mad. That pressing. So I'm going to give full praise to Lallana. And there was a lot of people out there digging him out saying why Lallana not picked. And I was actually probably one of them thinking, why wasn't Shaqiri and Keita picked ahead of him? But obviously, I back Klopp all the way. And if that's what he decided, and that was a good move, because what I didn't want to see is the same trio. I didn't want to see Henderson. I'm not digging out Henderson. I just didn't want to see the same trio in midfield doing the same thing. So to have a creative midfielder in there demonstrated to me today was that what we send as fans, and like even Klopp himself saying, do you think this is like a video game? Do you think this is PS4 where you can just put a player on, change it? Well, yes, this is where you needed a creative midfield. This is what fans have been calling out for a long time, and Lallana played a pivotal role in what Liverpool doing. Or do you disagree?
No, he did. He did. I'm not. You can't disagree with that point that you've made. But what I can comment on is that I believe that that's his level.
Burnley.
At home to Burnley, you got free reign. You have got free reign to go on. You're up against Jeff Hendrick, for example. You're not up against world class operators. I mean, no disrespect to Jeff Hendrick. He's played international football or anything like that. I'm just saying. When you're that midfield today at Anfield, when you're going to have a lot of possession, you have got someone who's got a free role, and you have got someone that can just, there's a lot of freedom to that position at Anfield at home to Burnley, right? He played well, and I love the fact that Klopp said the reason he's in is because he trained absolutely unbelievably well, and that's the whole point of having training. Yeah, you work on your shape, but if people who train hard and aren't in the side, they deserve their shot. And if that is the case, which is what I believe is the truth, what we've been told anyway, then fine. He took his opportunity and he's done well today, and it shows that he's getting back to his fitness levels or whatever. But we said this before, is that the opportunity there is now for Liverpool. The reason we haven't been able to go and get those big hitters before is because we weren't at the top end of the leagues. We weren't competing in those. We had a Champions League final. We're now in a Premier League a title race, right? So this is a time now to go and make a statement signing. And because every season you have to keep freshening things up, and you have to keep adding people that you add are potentially starters. That's what you're looking for. So that is the opportunity there. Adam Lallana's had a go and he's shown that someone who's got that creative nous and have that flair. Yeah, that's what we need. The opportunity is there now to go and get that statement signing in that number 10 position or that creative midfield position. Because if you get Adam Lallana at a Champions League standard, so we'll be saying that Lallana's found his level, which was today. Find somebody who finds their level in the Champions League or in the top 4 games or top 6 games. That's the midfielder that would probably get you goals, take a little bit more pressure off the front three, and that takes you forward. But Adam Lallana today, no disrespect, that was sick. What he done, that goal, where he put himself about.
And it's just a general gameplay. It wasn't just that one goal. It's just general gameplay today in tight areas. He showed what he can do. But you're completely right. Are you gonna throw him in against Bayern Munich?
I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't personally. But then saying that, if you're saying that he trained well and he deserves opportunity, then they've just won, so he kind of deserves to stay in the team. And he was one of the main reasons why he was. We scored that goal. So I don't know. It's up to the manager now. That's why he's paid his money to make them tough decisions, I guess.
Subs. Once again, no sign of Big Shaq. I wanted to just point that out.
Yeah,
no sign of Big Shaq.
Surprised. But
Sturridge coming on.
And then there's that shot that he took with.
Yeah, but he also got an assist for the last goal. But yeah, he came on and took that shot. I literally laughed at the screen. Sturridge coming on doesn't make sense to me. Once again, either use Origi or Shaqiri. If you got the game coming up in the middle of the week, and I would have loved to see Shaqiri coming, because even against Bayern Munich, you would want to play first of all, and like you said, you just want to give him some game time. So I don't understand.
Maybe he's thinking, this game's done. In his mind, he thought, this game's done. I need to rest the front three. Someone who probably isn't going to have a big part in the week is Sturridge, and he kind of thought this game was done, so put him on. So it's a free hit, free ride, potentially. And there's a chance that Origi might be involved. There's a chance that Shaqiri might be involved. That might be a mindset. Who knows? That's obviously devil's advocate. But I think, again, I know there's a lot of people that really like Sturridge. Listen, do you, boo-boo. That's your decision. That's up to you. I just don't think that I think he's had his time at Liverpool and Chelsea and Man City, and he's never really nailed it, I don't think. There's no denying that he's obviously got quality. There's no denying that. But I'm just saying now, maybe I'm being a bit sport, I don't know. But we've had to watch Liverpool through a lot of shit through the years. We've had people like Voronin running the lines. Was that Jovanovic playing up front? Do you know what I mean? So we've seen all that. But now we're probably in a position where we can say, right, now we've, through Klopp and through how the club's gone forward, we're now in a position to maybe have better quality.
VVD again today was immense.
Especially with the weather conditions.
And Matip got a bit of a stick for the first goal.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, but for me, it's like, first of all, he's done. I want him to do his job as a defender. People might be different, yeah. Like he's cleared it, whatever. And you're saying about weather conditions, so I don't know if that had impact. It was a bad decision, but then we've had time to sort that out after that. Even when the corner came in, as a defender though, Shouldn't you be assessing the situation, seeing that my goalkeeper is surrounded by 4 people, or not?
You do, but the other thing is, I think they try and have it so that as soon as the ball comes in and people are behind, then it's offside straight away. So they play that line. So if you stay out that little zone there, as soon as the ball is crossed, and with the weather, you think, well, it's going to swing. So as soon as it goes in, then it sort of headed that way, and we're all up, then it's automatically offside. But you also look at that and use normally that any touch on the goalkeeper, normally a free kick. So I think that those are the factors that you would play in. Maybe that's what Burnley saw. Maybe they'd seen that and thought, well, that's how Liverpool set up on corners. Set pieces are going to be a big thing for us. Let's swarm the keeper and just see how we get on. Yeah. Maybe. We don't know, do you?
Also, the title race. Are you still same as you was? I know it's only 1 game since we last spoke, but are you still the same?
I am. I don't know. It's so weird. I mean, I've been having conversations with people, message and all this sort of stuff. It personally feels like it's already done. And I know that's negative, and it is so. Listen, that's just my opinion. This is how I feel. I can't help that. That's just. I've been watching this. We were speaking to someone that we know really well, who's an Arsenal fan, who's saying, you're being too negative, and you lot are still in the title race. They got to play so and so X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, so have we. We still got to play these teams, and the way I see it at the moment is, it was all good, and I just feel like it's going to be the same thing. You were 7 points ahead. You were 6 points ahead. You were 5 points ahead. You're 3 points ahead. You're still 1 point ahead. You're still top of the league. You're only 1 point behind. You're only 4 points behind. Do you know what I mean? That's the correlation that has been. They've been chunking our points. They've been chopping our points off, and we've been dropping them. So they've gone from here to here, like that, and we're just going like that. So that's just my mindset. I feel like
still the same.
Yeah, those players for Man City have had this experience. They know what they're doing. Whereas for us, even fans, we're so nervous every game because this is all new territory.
You saw that when Burnley scored that goal. The stadium literally was like, oh shit! Don't tell me we're going to fuck up here. But because we should have got the 3 points wrapped up anyway.
So what's your mindset then?
Mindset, it's going to go all the way down to the wire. I believe that Man City are going to drop points, but I also don't believe that Liverpool are going to win all 9 games or 8 games or what's left. So I do believe that both teams will drop points, and it is going to go down to the wire. Those games against Manchester United now.
So do you think it's over, do you think Liverpool will win the league?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my neck on the line and say yeah. I think either by a point or whatever it is, but I think Liverpool got to keep going all the way. Like today, they didn't show any signs of real that it's getting to them. I think that stupid goal. Liverpool started off really well, and that goal just like, what the fuck? And Liverpool just got on their job.
The weather was fully mad.
It was fully
mad. That ball when that stopped, that when Salah was running onto it, what the?
It was mad. So for them to in that game to manage that weather conditions, I think they did really well. But on to Bayern Munich as well. It's going to be a big game for Liverpool. I think
who was it that said it? I think Gary Neville said get knocked out. Liverpool need to
fuck off.
No, listen. We've got Champions League and we've got the Premier League that we're fighting for. Now, this is the question that I know I give it a stick all the time, but if you'd asked me at the beginning of the season, at this stage of the season, you're going to be challenging for the Champions League, and well, not challenging, but you're still in contention for Champions League and you're still in contention for the Premier League, I would have put your hand off. That's what I would say, because as much as I'd love to win. People said to me, if you've got 2 things you can be in contention for at this stage of the season, what would you pick? You would definitely pick those 2. And that's where Liverpool fans I would like to think, would all believe the same thing, because we've been way out of it for a long time. To now say that we're back in it, and we are, and that's all built from, our own successes and selling players and getting money and, slowly getting that grind and building back up again. It's been done naturally and organically, and it's not been a quick fix. So I think it's a nice position to be in, and although I'm negative sometimes, I'm also realistic, and I'm very, very pleased that we have got to where we have organically.
I'll ask Gary Neville, do you think you should be focusing on getting 4th and getting knocked out of the Champions League then? Because they're in a big title race, race now for the top 4. Losing to Arsenal today was massive for them. It's a big game to lose. So what now? What are you saying? Focus on being in top 4? Because if you lose in the Champions League and you get knocked out of top 4, what's left? Do you know what I mean?
I think the one thing that it makes me laugh is that it's actually a lot of Man United fans they're always quick to get onto the Klopp. What's Klopp done? What's he done? What has he actually done? Listen, Manchester United fans should be and Arsenal fans should be the first ones to turn around and be like, you know what, fair play. We lost a manager that we've had for a long time. Both of them have been through it, and look at what happens afterwards. Shit. shit.
Look at Chelsea as well.
Chelsea, the same thing. So that's why I look at all those people that say, what's the club actually done? He's actually built that club up from just being a mediocre side. We were like Wolves a few years ago. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, some good players, you know, and doing fuck all. But now they've actually been built up by a manager who's brought them to. Yeah, he hasn't won anything just yet, and I get that. That is the benchmark. But I also believe you don't give a manager a 6-year contract and expect him to win it in the fourth. That's why you give him. You know, you want to see progression year on year, and I think that's what's happened. And I'm sure Manchester United fans and Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans who have seen this, you know, situation where it's not as easy as Man City and just here's 200 mil, go and buy 2 players. It doesn't work like that.
But I don't give too much airtime to that one because Man United they're just chatting breeze. If you ask any Arsenal fan, if an Arsenal fan tells me to get rid of Klopp, then you know they need mental help. And most Arsenal fans will tell you Klopp's doing bits, so keep it going. Yeah. So man of the match for me, it was only 2 real people. So I want to see if you're on the same wavelength as me.
I thought Lallana or Mane for me.
Okay, yeah, those 2, and I was gonna say 3 there because even VVD was spot on again, but that's like every single week. So yeah, I'll give it to Lallana today because a lot of people were digging him out.
I'm one of them, by the way. That's why.
Most people were baffled to see that because he hadn't get game time any goals, so it didn't make sense to bring him on. So Lallana, man of the match, great performance. On to the next one, I believe is Fulham next week. Yeah, is Fulham. So that's gonna every game's big now, and we're gonna keep winning, right, and get those 3 points.
Obviously,
and Bayern Munich obviously is the next time you'll see us. So until then, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.